I think ever since the TOP, this has gotten dumb, like irreversibly dumb. I think that I like the direction that the show is trying to take by giving everyone their own unique form, because it's like at first it was, being a Super Saiyan was crazy, and now we have to find the best version of Super Saiyan, and now we have this whole world of gods, but now he's trying to like create individuality with people's forms. So now we have Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, we have Beast, we have Orange Piccolo, we have Black Frieza. Y'all just want to throw the fucking rainbow. Skittles, bitch, taste the rainbow. Like, this is ridiculous.
Oh, that's that good shit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ooch. I'm here with my brother Ooch and the homie Kai, and we are back again. Once again, how y'all doing today? Boys, children of all ages, what is happening? Your favorite trifecta is, of course, back in action for your favorite Full Power Podcast. Sound effects in effect with the voice effect. Ooh, let me turn that shit off. Anyway, we're here. We're back for another banger, because that's all we do. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's been an interesting last few weeks, not to say the least, right? I feel like the most action that's been happening in this freaking fandom has been with the video games. We can get into it a little bit. So, brother Oosh, how you doing today, sir?
Good. Just got out of work, Saturday vibes and shit. Getting onto the pod. We in there.
Facts. Mr. Kai-san, how you doing today, sir?
Great, cool, calm, collected. Next.
Okay, all right. We getting right into it. Okay. So yes, let's get these things out of the way, right? If you have any comments, questions, concerns, business inquiries, or fan art, hit us up, fullpowerpod@gmail.com. That's fullpowerpod@gmail.com. And as far as the Patreon goes, we literally just uploaded the freaking Rachel episode, the one that we've all been waiting for. Okay. So if you're a Patreon supporter, tier 2 or higher, you're going to have an extra episode sitting there waiting for you guys. And for some reason, if you guys cannot see it, just let us know. And then I think I might have to add some of the Gmails to the actual, it's a private video on the channel. So yeah, so just let us know. And then of course, follow us on Twitter @FullPowerPod. So there's all the plugs. And obviously all the links are going to be in the description as always, so you guys can continue to support us. But let's get into it. So funny thing is, I said last week that we're done talking about Gohan, right? Apparently not. Okay, and this is fucking bullshit. I'm not even gonna lie. But it's weird because it's not that I don't want to ever talk about him. It's just the last several episodes that we've had have what has happened? We've it's always been like a back and forth, and people just don't understand where we're trying to come from, and things are always they're misconstrued and everything. So it's just like, okay, I'd rather just put it all to rest one last time, go over everything. So if you missed out on last week's episode, definitely check it out as always, because it is something that everybody should really pay attention to and really try to understand the points that we're trying to make and to deliver, because again, it's not that we hate this character. I've said it. He is not even like on my low end. He's on his low end, okay? But that's completely different, okay? And that's for dumb reasons, and that's all right, because we at least acknowledge that much. So what am I getting at? Well, I had a fan hit me up directly on Instagram. So if you're watching, you know who you are, because I don't have it pulled up in front of me, because I how could I fucking forget this? Okay, how could I forget this? Okay, and this brings up, of course, Gohan, because it directly relates to him. However, this is a little bit more interesting, and I actually teased that this is what we're going to be talking about in the Discord. So, like our boy Kronos out here like, oh shit. Like, he's like, fuck, what are y'all gonna talk about? Possibly, right? So here it is, right? So we all know Gohan Beast, right? Everybody loves to claim that he's just it. He's just the best now, just by default, automatically. Just, we're not going to get into it. That's last week's episode. Go ahead and watch that, right? However, he had a few distinct features to him that, people called out. And now I'm a little upset that I didn't peep this when it initially dropped, right? But now, now, this is where people are most likely gonna be like, oh, they're just hating. Oh, they're just trying to find anything. Nope.
People already been like that.
Exactly. People have already been coming at our throats for no reason, just because they think that we are haters, right? No, that's not the case. So let's backtrack. Oh, let's backtrack, right? Let's go back to Broly for a second, because of course you're gonna talk about Broly, of course, right? Of course, right? No, listen, it's not about Broly, okay? It's what happened in that movie. All right. So the one moment that I love to talk about is when Brandon and I was in the theater watching the early week release that is invite only from Funimation. Okay, we were invited to see this shit before everybody else, and it was for free. I always forget to mention that, to leave that part out. I forget to, but whatever. We didn't have to pay shit outside of our transportation, right? So we're in there, and the part I love to talk about is when Goku he farted Ultra Instinct. And when that happened, we were freaking out. We were freaking like going crazy. This man was holding my arm while it was happening, right? And of course, fans like us, we're not gonna not notice that. And clearly everybody noticed it. But here's what I did not fucking go back to realizing. Goku, when he sharded Ultra Instinct, we believed it was Ultra Instinct, but why? Because of the white hair. No. Goku shit beast, son.
I said that shit months ago, like on my Twitter. I said, like back when like Gohan's form first got revealed. You look at my tweets. I was clowning on everybody. I was like, oh, Shigaraki did it first. Oh, Goku did it first. Oh, this nigga did it first. I was literally calling out everyone with white hair and red eyes.
And there you have it. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, and here's the thing, right? And this is what makes it worse. I don't think they intended to even do that.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think that was intentional at all. But it happened. Right. So, what do we do when things just happen? Well, that's what we have to work with, right? So, since it happened, whether it was a fucking accident or not, whether Goku literally had the shit stains to prove it, okay? The point of the matter is that Goku literally did it first. So, let's just say that he stayed in that form. All right, let's just say that he did. I mean, I'm sure it would have given Broly a hard time. Maybe. Maybe. But again, to me, this just seems like, okay, well, it almost seems like Beast is something that's trying to force itself into Ultra Instinct in a weird way. And that might not even be it. But the ultimate point that I'm trying to make is that Beast is here, and then everything else is above it. Okay? Because think of it this way. Did Goku go Beast in the manga? No. He was worried about mastering his Ultra Instinct, which of course we see him do several times and has variations, alterations, thriving Ozaru. He's got all of that. So it's just like, okay, well, here goes Gohan. He had, he was put in a similar situation. And I say similar because Piccolo orchestrated that whole fucking movie. He practically wrote the script so that he could just see Gohan transcend in whatever way he possibly could. But then Goku, he was just trying to... He was trying to fucking survive Broly with Vegeta. So that's why I say similar situations. Except Gohan needed to fucking see somebody die first. Or look like they died. Not to say that we haven't seen that with Goku, but you know what? You get what I'm trying to say, right? So Kai, like, what do you? I mean, you already started saying it, but like, what do you think about this? Like, this shit resurfaced literally like last week, for me.
Yeah, that for me personally, that's old news because I've been clowning on that shit for months now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first saw it, I was laughing my ass off because I went back to my statement that I've made in a couple episodes where it was like anything Goku can do, Vegeta can do 3 months later. Well, here you go, like another one, you know. Obviously that's not what happened. That's not what they intended to do. But I mean, it's a little too close for comfort, so we're just gonna roll with it because that's what we were given.
Facts.
I think Beast is just a meme. I think all of these forms are just memes. I think that I think ever since the TOP, this has gotten dumb, like irreversibly dumb. I think that I like the direction that the show is trying to take by giving everyone their own unique form, because it's like at first it was, you know, being a Super Saiyan was crazy, and now we have to find the best version of Super Saiyan, and now we have this whole world of gods, but now he's trying to like create individuality with people's forms. So now we have Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, we have Beast, we have Orange Piccolo, we have Black Frieza. Y'all just want to throw the fucking rainbow. Skittles, bitch, taste the rainbow. Like, this is ridiculous. He just wants everybody to have their own fucking color so that they can just, because it's like you said, like the hair color don't matter. None of these colors matter. It's just to create something new to get people hype. And it's like, all right, cool. You're still doing your job. You're still doing what you're supposed to. I mean, people are still here for it. It's Dragon Ball. At the end of the day, whether you like it or whether you don't, I promise you're probably here for it.
And for reference, if you don't know where he's getting that from, where he says colors don't matter, your boy Toriyama said that himself. Okay.
Right.
He said that's what we've talked about this in previous episodes, in regards to Trunks and the whole hair color debacle. Why he's going purple? Why he's going blue? That whole bullshit, right? And out of his own mouth, he said things like hair color don't matter to me. All right. All right.
That got me fucked up.
So, Brand, what do you think about this whole Beast bullshit now?
I don't even know, to be honest, because I'm over here looking at some of these comments right now. Not gonna lie, but it's towards Gohan. Like,
go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
So let's see. I don't know, but it's not like super head ass. I think it's not super head ass. Well, the one might be, just might, but this is from Bob Markerson.
Oh, our boy.
Oh, okay. Go
It's
ahead.
our boy.
Read it.
No, Bob Markerson is not too bad right now. So,
Yeah.
so he said there's something off about Gohan. His rage isn't normal. I don't think that he has just some high potential that makes him special. I seriously wouldn't even be surprised if he's connected to Yamoshi in some way. That is very far-fetched, I feel like. But I'll continue reading. He said, like, Gohan has a split personality. He's a good guy that wants to hurt nobody, but at the same time, he has this badass personality that you can't compare to the other one. Like, remember when I was talking about Gohan's demon? This could be Yamoshi. That's what he was getting at. So, I mean,
I like that.
I mean, it's a cool, like, theory, but I don't. Why the fuck would Yamoshi be inside Gohan? As like an alternate, yeah, like an alternate personality. Like, that makes zero sense. The son of Goku, which is Gohan, now has a part of Yamoshi. That makes no sense. Yamoshi should be on Goku, if anything.
Right.
Yeah, that I agree.
That
with,
would make more
for
sense.
Sure.
That would make more sense.
That would make endless amounts of sense.
Like, it doesn't make sense for the nigga that is acting like, or trying to be like a Yamoshi to not be Yamoshi, but the son is Yamoshi? That makes no sense.
But you know what though, that first half of that with the split personality, I absolutely agree with that shit, because there is something going on in there. I don't think he has any special rage, like we discussed last episode. I really do think he is just everyone. All the Saiyans have that shit, man. Like, That's just how I feel about it, right? But
Right.
I do think that the split personality thing, I feel like they could totally write that shit in, and they could fix the character by him saying that the reason he's been avoiding fighting and da 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 is because he knows he turns into that person and he doesn't want to fuck up or make mistakes like he did in the past. Because that would be a really good, like, that would be a good source of information as to, you know, like a little bit of background as to why he's staying in the books. And I feel like it would be good progression for his character to face that shit, you know, to face the other side. He could go through some mental training and like split himself and try to fight his arrogant self off so that he can like control it. I feel like that'd be some cool.
He would
Some cool
have
shit
to
we could
do
see.
some. He would have to do some fucking Ichigo shit.
Exactly.
Ryan knows.
exactly.
Well, yeah, he would have to do some Ichigo shit where he fights
Yeah.
himself for the type shit.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
That would be dirty. Imagine. Nah.
That'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
but that
Please
see,
stop.
but all that's stuff that they haven't really done yet in Dragon
Okay,
Ball.
but they've done a bunch of stuff in Super that they haven't done before. They're just fan servicing, so whoever
Yeah.
comes up with the best shit now, expect it to be reprinted. Good luck.
Right. Well, listen. I think, like, I'm not saying like those ideas wouldn't be able to happen, but with what
I think they
like-
fit too well to happen.
yeah, but that like, I would truly feel like as cool as that shit would be at this very moment, that would be like an ass pull, in a sense, for them
I'm
to.
sorry. Do we not have ass pulls? Is this entire franchise not ass pull Z? Super ass pull boy super pull? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nah, but this is an interesting transition though to the next
Right.
comment. This is because there's another comment and it kind of links to this. But
Yeah.
this is Junior KG and Kronos was in the comments kind of responding to Mans too. But Junior KG said this. So after listening to the first 20 minutes, I gotta say y'all are awesome. Applause. Give me that button.
He's a diggity.
Give me that button. All right. So then he said, I have a question. How many times was Goku helped to beat the enemy? That is a very interesting question.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I mean, I would honestly say that I want to give Goku the Kid Buu win, kind of, but I mean the Spirit Bomb technique, it is his technique, but he needs energy for it to really work.
well, it's not even his technique.
Well, technically, yeah, it's not his technique, but I mean, he's the one that
It
fucking
might
used
as well
it.
be.
he the fucking one, because I don't see no Vegeta using that Spirit Bomb shit. I don't see nobody else using. Gohan never touched Spirit Bomb, but regardless of that shit, I mean,
Trunks tried.
kind of, yeah. But I guess his argument. But I'll read more of the comments because it was kind of like a comment conversation almost. But the one guy, Ultimamage 3 or whatever, he said can't remember the last time he ever beat an enemy in a straight 1v1. And then Junior KG said exactly, Gohan just like the others have been helped out. And then Kronos actually responded, he said, wow, what a point actually, LOL. But then again, I would say Goku needed help because he was just dumb or dropped his guard. Gohan screws up because he gets cocky. I guess both father and son have a finishing problem, which is kind of true, I would say. Like, nobody's really ever beaten an enemy like on a straight 1v1 like that's been equal or stronger than them, which is kind of
Yeah,
fucking
none
stupid.
of the villains got 1v1.
Like,
Yeah,
I feel like that
none.
needs to happen. That needs to happen. I need a dominant win. I need a dominant win.
That's a
Like-
great point.
Like, I don't know, but that shit. That's just, I feel like that's a whole nother conversation. Cause it's like that's on the writers in itself, but it's also like you gotta. I guess it has to do with power scaling too. It's so
Literally.
weird.
Literally the only one I could think of for Goku where he really caught the dub one-on-one is Yakon.
Wow. Filler. You see what I
Filler.
mean? Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Like
Yakon, Pycon.
straight 1v1. I mean, that's
Any
difficult.
tournament shit,
That is
though.
difficult. Like unless we're talking about tournament wins, like which
Yeah,
are 1v1 which is a
exactly.
1v1 aspect, like Goku. I mean, they've all had their ones to a degree, but like it like that it's just weird to kind of to make it full circle in a way, or to kind of compare the two, because Goku be fighting the strongest guy in tournaments, Gohan don't be fighting the strongest guy in the tournament. So it's like Gohan got the lower end of the stick when it comes to that, because it's not like Gohan's facing Goku's opponent in the tournament. Like, you know, like if they switched, Goku would have no challenge, number one. Gohan would get destroyed because he's not ready. I would need to low key rewatch the Tournament of Power to, because like Goku was facing Hit, right, at one point.
Yeah.
For example, like.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
fought
In,
right?
in the TOP, they didn't fight each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And
I just remember
Goku-
he was there.
Yeah, and Goku
Yeah.
won. Like Goku won that shit. Gohan would have got shit on. No chance.
So
Yes,
wait.
sir.
Wait. You're saying that Hit would be Gohan? Is that what you're saying for the people?
100%.
Ooh.
Yes,
Ooh,
100%.
100%.
100%.
In the Tournament of Power?
100%.
Oh,
we're going-
TOP. Oh yeah.
Like I'm kind of like flashbacking us right now in a way, because if you want to, since we're talking about 1v1s, we can only really go back to a tournament, and that's like the most recent one, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Tournament
well,
Power.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So if we're going to reflect back on those type of 1v1 situations, like Goku and Vegeta is still on top of fucking on Gohan for sure, because Hit would have destroyed Gohan. And then who did Vegeta fight 1-on-1? I forget.
In the TOP, it was like he was so the only.
I mean, he racked up bodies though.
Yeah, like Vegeta put in work, but the only thing that I can pull from my memory banks was literally against Topo.
Yeah, Topo. So I mean,
That
that
was
was a
his
good fight
big,
in itself.
you know.
That was a good fight. So like Topo would have shit on Gohan 100% too.
Can we really call any of the TOP a one-on-one? Like, I feel like it's super situational, and even Vegeta versus Topo isn't enough, because there was a lot of fighting going on in between that. Like, both of them were exhausted by then. We know how
Yeah.
it works, but
True.
they still got their 1v1 in, but who's to say how much fuel the other had left?
I mean, if we're talking about fuel and stamina, Gohan ain't got the stamina that fucking Vegeta and Goku got. This nigga got like a silver, like, nah, ain't no way. Like Gohan was training for it, sure, or whatever, but he still wasn't. He was nowhere near. Like,
You know what's crazy?
comparable.
Tell me how Vegeta, out of all the Saiyans that we're like extremely familiar with, why is it that Vegeta has the highest stamina? I would like for somebody to try me on this, because Vegeta absolutely has the highest stamina. When you think about all the times this nigga got his ass beat down, and he was still like bloodied up, ready to fucking die, and the Prince of all Saiyans just picked his ass back up, just ready to try again, just to get bopped, literally for nothing, just for pride reasons, right? But we see a lot of the other Saiyans. I feel like they don't try as hard to that point. Like, they don't fight literally to the death. They fight until they're exhausted. Vegeta fights until like he's ready to croak. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
And it
feel
pisses
like,
me off.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
pisses me off because I feel like they wrote Vegeta to have the most stamina by giving him that "I'm never gonna quit until I'm dead" type of attitude. And then fast forward to Super Times, where he gets bitched in like every fucking fight, where he's used it as an example, as a one punch example. He's just like, hit, done.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like, are
though.
you serious? Like, really? You're gonna do that to him?
I don't know. Like that's kind of tough because I don't know. Like that. I mean, that's an interesting topic in and of itself. Like Vegeta with the most stamina type stuff. Because
I mean, he is. I'm not saying like he's the toughest or he can like. I'm just saying that even if he has a beatdown, like out of all the people, if everyone got beat down equally, Vegeta's fighting the hardest at that level.
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? That spirit shines brighter than the rest, even if he doesn't do anything with it.
See, okay, so I feel like maybe now he's definitely like that. But
I don't think so. I think now he's way less like that. I think Super did the whole character dirty because ever since Super happened, he's just been getting one punched. Think about it. Hit did it. Black did it. Jiren did it.
yeah, but look at his fight with Topo though. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a fight.
Ooh. Two B level characters fought each other. Let's go. Side match for the win.
Crazy.
That's disrespect. Yo, I
bro.
can't. Yo,
That's literally
crazy.
Topo said that shit to him.
Yeah, I mean,
He said that too. He was like, "We're both second strongest. Like it's a beat match."
that's fucked.
It is
Yeah.
a B match. It is a B match.
He said that to Vegeta's face. I was like, "Damn."
You
Yeah,
could even
but-
argue it's an A match, but the Goku Jiren fight was an S match.
Exactly. Yeah. No matter what. No matter what.
class, nigga. Talk about. Oh man. I don't know, bro. But like,
S rank, Super S.
Yeah.
we got a head ass comment though.
Oh.
I found one.
Oh god.
But this is from AJ Morgan.
Oh, he's
Oh,
putting
you gonna
he's
expose
putting
him
everyone
like that?
out there, yo. Like, yo,
AJ Morgan. Nah, this is crazy. This is crazy.
yo, when I read
Yo.
comments, I don't even say who did it, just out of
I know.
respect.
I
Like, yo,
I gotta say it.
He
I gotta
said, pew,
say
pew.
it. Fuck out of here, man. So he said, L video, Toriyama already said Gohan is the strongest warrior. Stay
Oh, that
mad.
guy.
He one-shots Broly. One-shots Broly?
L
Oh, no.
comment, you ain't got no clue what you typing about.
Nah, even Kronos tried commenting under him. He was like, well, now
Oh, no,
we
Kronos.
know how much of a Dragon Ball fan you are
Oh.
when you take Toriyama for his word. Laugh my ass off. And then niggas tried commenting back and said, well, now we know how much of an in denial Dragon Ball fan you are if you can't accept what the writers say.
that is
Yeah,
so
the buzzer.
fucking wrong.
That's crazy.
Like, dude,
Damn.
how many times have we talked about on here, like we've gone over every which reason as to why nowadays you really cannot take a lot of things for what they are, like word for word, verbatim. Like you just can't.
You can't take 100% of it at
No,
the
you-
least. There
that's
needs
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
proof and evidence and backup. Like that's really all what you need. Like
Yeah, like-
until we see a
yeah.
fight, until we really see Gohan fight somebody that Goku and Vegeta are fighting currently, like on that level, then we can't like. We're gonna obviously say that he's under them. Like there's no reason why he shouldn't be under them because he can't just boost up like that versus the half-ass Cell Max,
Right.
beat up Cell Max, and he still needed Piccolo to fucking wrap him up to fucking one-shot him. Whatever.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna try to put comments like this to rest right here and now, because at the end of the day, I would, and I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm not gonna speak for the three of us, just in case niggas want to come at somebody. Y'all can come at me. I don't give a fuck. So,
My God.
what I'm gonna
please.
say here, what I'm gonna say here is that comments like that, where it's like, oh, we're in denial or this or that, y'all need to stop, because what you need to understand here is that if you're gonna try to argue our points, saying that, oh, well, Toriyama said this, Toriyama said that, at the end of the day, yes. You're right. Toriyama said that shit. He is the creator of the show. He wrote it. He's going to keep writing it. I mean, maybe. Who fucking knows, right? But it's his work, and it can go however the fuck he wants. So we can say whatever we want about XYZ characters, and that he can go ABC, D's nuts. And we're like, oh, shit. So it don't even matter, right? It don't even matter. At the end of the day, we're just here to depict the show and, like, you know, get our little.
Right.
I don't
We're
even
here
know
to
what
analyze
to call it.
it. We're here to
we're here to
analyzing-
analyze it. We're here to, like, because we love that shit. We want to talk logically. We want to see what, like, the future could be like. We see potential in this shit. All right, we love this shit. We're not here to bash on it. And when we are bashing on it, it's because we're talking about a lot of things that we're seeing that we don't agree with, or that make no sense or have no place being in the show. Because quite honestly, if you haven't noticed, the creator don't give a fuck anymore. And he hasn't for a really long time. And you know what? That's okay. That is his choice. That is his God-given right to not give a fuck. He made this. He doesn't want to tend to it anymore, but it blew up so hard that he has to look at it every now and then. He's being forced to look at it every now and then. So of course he doesn't give a shit about things like hair color in a show where hair color is everything. This is fucking ridiculous, man. So of course, at the end of the day, if you want to say, "Oh no, Toriyama said Gohan's the strongest in the world," L this
L video.
Y'all got it, bro.
L. Who says that?
If that's your argument is if your argument is Toriyama said, all I'm gonna say is you got it, because yes, he said it, and if that's what you want to believe, bitch, the door. Because we are here for fun, we are here for analytics, we are here for logistics, we are here for the future of Dragon Ball, and we're here for all the good shit. And if there's any bad shit, we try to find a way to make it good, because we don't want it to be bad. We fucking
oh my
love
god,
this.
yes.
We don't want it to be bad.
The moral of the story, I think, is we just want Gohan to be better.
We really do.
We really do.
It's not just
we don't
him,
think
it's
it's gonna
everything.
happen. We don't think it's gonna happen.
But yeah. I mean, yeah, like, man got a new form.
It's looking like it's gonna go in that direction, because it's like you said, man got a new form. There was no reason to give him a new form, but they did it anyway. So I mean, hey, who knows?
I mean, they obviously did it for the fandom.
Of course.
Otherwise, they wouldn't need to.
All Dragon Ball Super has been for the fandom. The entire Super franchise has been for the fandom.
But just because he got the new form and man said, oh, he could be the strongest, or he is the strongest right now, or whatever the case may be, we personally cannot believe that until we see the proof.
Exactly.
And the evidence. And the only way for him to show that is for him to fight Goku Vegeta, or like see where he's at power scale wise versus an equivalent being, or somebody like Frieza, for example. There ain't no shot that he's on par with Black Frieza. Like, ain't no way. No way. I would rather see a full on sparring match with Gohan Beast versus like a Vegeta Ultra Ego or a Goku Master Ultra Instinct, and see where he goes and see how that fight ends up. Because number one, it's a sparring session, but it's not no like pussy sparring session. It's like it's a power gap sparring session to really see where he's at and to see if he's even close or on par with either. And if he gets like destroyed, then then that whole shit is debunked, and that is why you should not listen to everything Toriyama says. For example,
Agreed.
if that were to happen.
Right.
And that's the thing too, is like we do sit here and like we point out different like evidential points and things like that. We can analyze the show all day. Obviously we're not the creators, but we state our opinions. We state that this isn't what we want to see or things like that. We're just talking about what is most likely to happen, or what we do want to see, or the very unfortunate situation of what we are seeing. So for people to come at us and tell us that we don't know what we're talking about, or that our entire podcast is a L because Toriyama said, you need to be tested. In the words of Brother Ooch, okay? You need to be tested.
Why am I? Oh my god.
It's
It's
time
time to duel. It's time to duel. I'm just gonna let it rock. I'm trying to hit the fucking ding button over here, but yeah, no, you guys.
Go ahead, activate my trap card, see what happens.
Yeah, no. See, here's the thing. You guys have done a great job here. Okay. See, I'm happy that like it's a nice little refreshing reminder that despite how we might feel about certain things, the one thing that always stays constant is the fact that we are literally just trying to see a better like, we know how much better this shit could be, and we see it for what it is, and it's because of how we see it that is what produces the types of responses that we get, or that we give. You know what I'm saying? Because
right,
like when we said last week, when I was like 2 + 2 is 4, you're like, well, we want 5.
Yo, that shit had me rolling.
Yeah, that shit was gold. But like, that's what I mean. Like
That's literally what happens. Like, we see 2 + 2 and we're like, it's 4. We can sit here and hope that it's every other number in the world,
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
probably not gonna be.
Yeah, so the whole Toriyama said thing, man. Like, listen, I'm gonna be nice, all right, because it's exhausting. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it is very exhausting, but you guys gotta just really understand that this is not the series where that idea and sentence really works, because a lot of other series are straightforward, and I'm not even gonna lie, like I don't even believe that those types of ideas or things that were said even existed in other series. Like, I don't remember hearing fans ever say like, oh, Kubo said, Kishimoto said, like, because you know why? Because those stories, they have a direction. They go from one arc to the next. There's builds. There's all these different character angles, and people are getting brought up.
This
Proper.
shit is a corn maze.
Yo, Dragon Ball is not any of those things. Like, understand this, guys. And this is also what you guys were saying. And this is also what Geekdom has already put out there, and other, like, people, that Dragon Ball Super, or, the entirety of its existence now is so commercialized because of how popular it is. It has a legacy. The reason why it's still around is because everybody loves it, and most of the fandom grew up watching this shit. It is what inspired the big three and everything that came after. It set, like, the bar, essentially. Like, this is Shonen 101. And Toriyama did it by accident, low-key. This is a dude who writes comedy manga. I fucking bought, just so that I could educate myself, I bought his, what's it called? It's called the Manga Theater. Okay? It's a fucking hardcover collection of all his shit that's not Dragon Ball. Like Slump and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I'll eventually, when I get time, I'm going to read it. Because I want to see what other types of, like you
want to see what's going on up in there.
Yeah, but like,
how we got here.
And I can I can already get that off of Dragon Ball alone.
Off of Dragon Ball, original Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Right. And that's why, as an adult, I keep saying to people, if you're a real fan, go watch that shit now and understand this is Toriyama. This dude is a clown, but I'm not saying that negatively. I'm saying, yo, if you watch how Goku as a 14-year-old kid acted in that shit, you would think that's the best Goku ever. He is so fucking funny, and I love it. I love everything about Dragon Ball. It is comedy, pure comedy. Obviously, it has its action, right? And then it has its, like, and then to see how the story has evolved to now, and then see how it was then, it's just like, wow. You know he didn't fucking see it this far.
Nah.
But it was all these happy accidents. But then it's like, are they accidents? Because good story writers, they know how to take what was already and then develop it. And that's what happened with Z. That is literally how it worked out with Z. And then from Z, they made Super. So it's just like, but see, the difference is, like, I say all this, right? But the key points are that with how it got taken care of from Super to now, like everything that's happening current day, ever since Battle of Gods resurrected the franchise, even though that's a terrible way to put it, because it never died. It just didn't have a new series, but the games kept it alive. Merchandising kept it alive. The toys kept it alive. Fans obviously kept it alive. The fan works, all sorts of shit. They made sure that Dragon Ball always had a place, even if there was no new content officially. So now we're at a point where they straight up don't have they don't have any reason to not just be like, oh, okay, well, like they want Toriyama involved to a degree, But at the end of the day, what they really want is them dollars. They're trying to profit off of the name, and they are. And they're giving us shit, like, to the levels that they are. I mean, look how many fucking active games Dragon Ball has. Right? Like, Kakarot is getting new DLC. That game came out a while ago. Legends.
Bro, Xenoverse 2 is still getting DLC. We got the Gammas.
Yo, you see what I mean? Xenoverse 2 is still, that game is getting memed on so hard. It's been getting memed on because it's an older game that's still getting DLC content. And that shit is that shit is crazy. And mad people are like, you know, they consume this. Super Dragon Ball Heroes. That shit is so, it's big enough to where it has its own anime and manga. It's so, like, this is what I mean by commercialized, right? They got a lot of hands on it. Even if Toriyama is involved by just looking at what they're doing. They're gonna slap his fucking name on there and give him all the credit. Even though, like, at least with the manga, Toyotaro, we already know, is the one writing these stories and shit. Toriyama's looking over. So, you know what? People gotta really, and this is how this is how we know. This is obvious to us. This is how we know who the fuck is a real fan. Like, who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't know what they're talking about. When I see a comment like that, I'm not gonna give them time. I'll let other people fucking go at it if they want with them, you know? But that's why I'm not gonna give attention to just, not even just head ass, stupidity. Okay? I'm not gonna do that. Because it's like,
I would call it ignorance.
Sure, ignorance. But it's stupidity. Okay? Ignorance is the nice way to put it. But when it's just like, okay, now you're just being rude, you're a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta call it how it is. Yes, you're very ignorant, but that ignorance level is so high. You're on Gohan Beast levels of ignorance. Saying the L video and just because Toriyama said, dude, do you realize how many people are actively doing things? Like, Toriyama, it wasn't his idea to bring Broly back. They have a team at Toei that literally give him suggestions, recommendations. He don't look at this data. So what? Oh, because he still said something? No, bro. It's literally, Toyotaro is doing the manga. That whole last arc was him. Granola, him. He's literally, like, Toriyama's there for corrections. Corrections. You understand what that means? That means Toyotaro draws something. Toriyama says, use this. And guess what? He hasn't had to do that in a while. Because Toyotaro's, you know, he's
learning.
Yeah, he's in here. And guess what? He's the one who fucking did this arc the way that it was. Whether it was a mess or not, guess what? He's setting up Black Frieza. He's setting up for what's to come. And that's him.
Frieza. I've been saying it literally since they brought him back the first time in Resurrection F. I was like, man, what the fuck are they doing? They better write him correct this time. And then they fucking killed him off. And then they brought him back in TOP again. I was like, all right, come on. Round like 79 for Frieza. Come on. Nothing. So I hope Black Frieza is really, I hope whatever the plan is with that, I hope it goes far. I really, really, really think it would be perfect for Frieza to be the final big bad.
Yeah.
I don't care if we have to wait for it. Just please write it that way.
Well, I mean, it seems like they're trying to take it into that direction because they're actually using his character to his full potential now. It seems because they was half-assing him because it seems like they was half-assing him just because they wasn't like in the story he wasn't training. So but because he had so much potential or talent, like he wasn't training because he already had like a lot of power, but then once he got beat a couple times, now he's actually sick of it, and now they writing him to like what I say his full potential as far as utilizing training for mass amounts of time and using that talent to gain exponential energy and power. So it's like
I agree
uh,
with that. I feel like the scariest part of what you just said is actually the fact that they gave a villain his own time chamber.
that's
like,
crazy.
It really might be a battle for time. Like if both parties enter their respective chambers to start training to beat the other, it's really going to come down to lifespan. So I feel like they're trying to write themselves into a hole. They're not trying to. I feel like they wrote themselves into a hole with that shit because they can't let it get to that point. But logically speaking, if both parties have a time chamber and need to beat the other, that's the best way to go about escalating your training. So I feel like that's a serious issue because we both know that I'm pretty fucking sure a Frieza race is going to outlast a Saiyan in lifespan.
Yeah,
so
no,
good luck, have fun with that.
There are mutants, but I mean,
Yeah.
Saiyans
Right.
are Saiyans, but
They're also aliens. But
Right.
Yeah, they're also
whatever.
aliens.
But like they're definitely gonna have to go more in depth on the whole chamber thing, especially when it comes to
We gotta
Frieza's
know the
chamber.
time conversion.
Yeah, no, there needs to be time conversion, and we need to know if there's an actual limit to how many times you can enter, or whatever the fuck. Because
There's definitely not. They
because
fucking
even if
ruined
there's
that.
not, there needs to be something there that like restricts or like
Dude,
does
he was in there
something.
for 10
I
years.
know.
What kind of restriction do you think they're gonna
Like,
give him?
yeah.
No, but like I'm talking about more of like I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say it's like a penalty or something, but like what if he was in there for a straight 10 years and like there was no breaks in between, like he wasn't going in, wasn't coming out type of thing. So it's like once you're in there for a set amount of time, but then once you come out, then you might be restricted from going back in there for a set time. Like, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Well,
Okay,
I don't know.
I
I don't even
hear
know how
you.
I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
if he's stuck
that'd
in
be
there
cool.
for
That'd be a
10
cool way to
years,
do it.
if he's stuck in there for 10 years, doing everything he can to train and level up power, whatever, and then he comes out, motherfucker's restricted for maybe half that time or 10 years or
But
something like
that's
that.
assuming that wherever he was has those rules. Because
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying,
Yeah.
though. Like, they need to go more in depth
That-
on these
rules
chambers.
would be the only way to fix this issue.
yeah,
There-
well, it would be
Extra
It would
rules.
be rules and new things that like we've
New
never
rules.
had. Yeah, like
Just
like
new rules.
Rules on the show. Like
Yeah, no, bro.
No, just time chamber rules.
Because I don't know who makes the rules for these chambers, but let's
Right?
kind of
isn't
assume
that a problem in itself?
that's a
here we
problem in
go.
itself because like
rewrite your rules.
it like because the angels and like Zeno-sama are looking over all of this shit. So and I would imagine them being at the top, they want to level things out. So they don't want somebody like reaching to that point of power, like, or else they're gonna have to do something about
But-
it.
But clearly, I don't
So
know.
it becomes complicated because like niggas like mutant freezes or the alien sand race, like they are the
But
ones to
this is-
potentially get up there.
See, this is now a difficult conversation because
It is a difficult.
because now I'm gonna steer it slightly off topic, but it's slightly off topic, right? Because how do I fucking put this? If the angels are not allowed to step in, and we have some type of balance or imbalance that is wrong or that just shouldn't be, right? Whether it's the good side is too strong or the bad side is too strong, I don't care. There's some type of imbalance that there shouldn't be. The angels can't step in, but Zeno and at least the Grand Priest, like fuck all the other angels, Zeno and the Grand Priest should be watching. If not both of them, one of them should be watching at all times. Like I said, if not both. What pisses me off is you're right. They should be. They should be stepping in. They should be fixing this shit. They should not let this happen, not let that happen, whatever, right? But my genuine concern here is that they are clearly not going to step in or do anything. And you know how I know? Because of the Goku Black Arc. They did not do anything to him. That was a god that went out of control, killing other gods, and had more than enough time to go around every single universe and one by one put them down. And Zeno was still alive. He just chilled there like, oh,
But what
what's
if
good?
yo, what if that whole thing was like a conspiracy that was set up by them.
Oh,
Oh.
nah.
That's OD. Nah,
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
No, by like the Grand Priest though, not Zeno. Like, what if the
yeah, because
Grand
Grand
Priest?
Priests always look a little scummy.
He looks
but,
sus.
He does
looks
look sus. You're right.
So I would say he set some shit up for.
I mean,
that
listen,
whole
we
thing.
If he
still
did,
don't
then
know.
we'll see him again. We'll see him again if that's true. So I'm with it.
Maybe,
But
But like I said, we still don't know what happened to those other universes that were exempt or the ones that got destroyed. Like those are still things in the story
I said.
that are lingering. They're like over here that haven't really been like messed with or like talked
That's what-
about.
That's why I said like I forgot what episode I said it on, but I thought that it would be a cool conspiracy theory is like, yo, like what if the time chamber area, like the nothingness, was one of the destroyed universes, like, you know, like a door to
Yo,
like, one
see,
of the,
like that would be crazy.
because like, you know what I mean, like think about it, like there's nothing, there's no time, there's no like, it's just there.
like
It's just
is
a
that
realm that's
is that
there.
what happens when universe
yeah.
is destroyed or some shit?
Yeah, it just turns into a fucking clock.
It just turns into a void of just nothing, but it
Yeah.
just the time. I don't know. Like that shit is
I don't
crazy.
know.
That would be dope. You got that. That would be dope. But just imagine that it gets to that point. Like look at where we started and look at where we could head to. Like,
How many times have
nutty.
we could have gone in a really cool direction that like fit in,
yeah.
gave us a little more.
I mean,
detail.
there would be so much more plot if that actually
Well,
fucking went down, bro.
You
That
want to know?
shit would be
Okay, so you want to
crazy.
know something that's crazy about all this shit with the whole balancing issue with angels not stepping in and if they ever did. Or, I mean, we literally saw that with Miras already, right? But like, bro, you know what's fucking nuts? All of this that we're talking about, this balance and shit. This is similarly happening in another franchise that I'm sure you guys would not expect because none of y'all fucking follow it like I do. But it's kind of crazy to see it happen because it's happening here before it's happening in Dragon Ball. And to me, that's fucking fucked, right? But dude, and this is crazy. I can't believe I'm about to talk about this on a fucking Dragon Ball podcast. But it relates directly.
Go on.
In Power Rangers.
Get him out of here.
Yo, I'm serious. Dude, listen. They have these things called the Morphin Masters, right? The Morphin Masters are literally like the angels in Dragon Ball. They are the strongest. They oversee everything. At least they're the angels are supposed to, right? But, that's selective, right? And they are
the imbalance is in their fucking appetites. Just feed them and they're
facts. Right. But this is it's a lot more regulated in Power Rangers. I'll give them that, right? But here's the thing.
Everything.
All these years of inconsistencies, especially with what they've been doing in the Nickelodeon era, is getting fixed with things that I was literally never going to predict like would happen. But because of these recent episode leaks that I've been watching to see what the fuck's going on, I am intrigued at what the fuck they're actually doing, because it went from being whatever to being like, because there's been episodes and anniversary specials and all this shit that's happened before this current season where you would wonder, why is this happening? How does this even make sense? Yada, 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 right? They literally directly reference the moments that didn't make sense. And they brought in the Morphin Masters and used a certain Morphin Master to explain why those things happened, because she was the one who fucking made it happen. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy, because there's certain things that's happening right now that are just like, why is this happening? How did this person come here? Where did the fucking Gold Ranger come out of the fucking water? She woke his ass up. She sent them. The reason why the Legendary War happened was because she fucking sent all the Rangers. And when it was all done, they all went back because she did it. So this kind of thing That's all I'm gonna say. So this kind of thing, right, is something that fucking, if they did a version of this in Dragon Ball, like to even remedy any little thing that was fucking not right, it didn't sit right, bro, that would be OD. I think it would mean way more for Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball, I would think, is bigger than Power Rangers.
Way bigger. But to add to what I was saying kind of before about the whole, like, what if the angels kind of got involved? I don't even think that they necessarily have to have the angels get involved, but they can send the god of destruction of that universe to get involved and kind of make the balance happen, or
and that's when Frieza can put him down.
Exactly.
Yes,
You see where the shit's leading, like, and then once that happens,
royalties.
And then once that happens, like, assuming that fight would happen, like in this theoretical
Beerus versus Frieza. Oh.
Well, because he would have to get involved.
That's been a hot topic for years.
He would have to get involved to stop the imbalance, and if Frieza wins, like,
it's over.
There's gonna be some trouble.
Problems.
Because then the angels will possibly get involved.
Now wait.
Potentially Whis.
I got one for you. All right, and this kind of happened already, but I want this to happen again to remind the people that this shit, it's not gonna be, oh, just Hakai Frieza and that's it. No.
Not gonna happen.
What I do want to happen is I want that attempt to be made, and guess what? It don't work. It don't fucking work, because that's how strong Frieza is. I literally need Frieza to literally be.
It already failed.
Yo, but that's what I'm saying. It happened already.
God.
But I want it to happen again, so the people remember or understand or can feel the weight of how big of a deal this is, that Frieza is the actual strongest threat ever, period. There's no one that's going to step up to this dude for a long time.
Bro, we've already had, like, just from that last chapter or whatever, what he did to Goku and Vegeta and mastered Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego or whatever, yo, like, he got them out of those forms with a punch.
Bro,
That's the craziest part.
The crazy part is that what it's going to take for them to finally defeat this dude is Wukong.
Bro, we don't even know.
Yo,
bro. Like, that's the thing.
The savior of heaven literally is about to be the reason that's going to be Frieza, bro. Yo, no. You know what's going to be really fucked up? If what Nasir does happens in this, but, like, elongated. But, like, because, this fucking Legend is 3 parts. 2 and 3 are not out yet, obviously, if you're listening to this in the future or whatever, right? Dude. Let's say that he puts those Johns out, and we're all, of course, blown out of the fucking water, and we're just like, yes, a reminder that Legend is the best, and it's better than fucking the original, right? Dude, I will feel some type of way if, like, they even remotely did what he did first. Because we already know they're not even there yet, mentally. I highly doubt that. The way they be writing the shit, like, we come up with the best forms of fucking stories that the direction they could go in.
Yes, sir.
But then what happens?
A multitude.
They give us the worst watered version. Remember all that shit? Remember all that hot fire we were spitting about Bardock and what this and that, da-da-da, like how the fuck did he beat gas? And then it turned out, well, it was a wish. Oh, nice.
Well, he didn't beat Gas with a wish.
He was the wish. He was a part of the wish. He was conditionally a part of that, and that's how he.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, like we really thought like this was their opportunity to do something fucking nuts. No, they did something.
Dude, they've
very
had
tame.
so many opportunities to do something fucking nuts. Where's Vegeta's spirit control?
Oh my god.
That fissure shit. Oh my god, yo, I don't know.
He's supposed to be a healer too.
Oh, they must have forgot. Because, where the Tails? Where's Trunks and Goten's Tails? Oh.
Don't forget, like, he's supposed to be able to make clones of himself. He's supposed to be able to make himself, like, big or small. And what did they do? Give Goku Susanoo. Fuck it.
Yeah, see, Toriyama was probably fucking reading Naruto and was like,
oh my god.
shit. This is pretty good shit right here.
I know people were saying that during the Zamasu arc when Merge Zamasu brought out that giant raven.
Oh yeah. They've been doing that shit. They've been doing
doing
They've been
that.
doing the Susano stuff, but whatever. Are there any other comments you guys want to go over before I go into these Patreon shoutouts? No?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I think I read the main ones.
All right.
He said I exposed who I wanted to.
Yo, for real, you really listen. Listen, I didn't put him up to do this shit, by the way, guys. But he's his own man. All right, I try to influence him positively, but Brother Ooch is a whole nother fucking lethal figure. Okay.
Today
So.
you've experienced the trifecta in our own respective areas because all three of us have said our own shit today.
Absolutely, great episode, banger as always. All right, so let's get into these Patreon shots. We actually got a fourth tier 3, so shout outs. Okay, so
Wait, you gotta save them for last.
the new one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I figured. Because usually Juice gets that spot, but you know.
Oh yeah, our boy Juice.
Our boy Juice, yes.
Yes.
All right, so let me just turn this down so we can give the proper shout outs. And again, guys, fresh reminder, if you want to hear your name shouted out at the end of these episodes, feel free, hit us up, Full Power Podcast, over on Patreon. The link's in the description below. And if you're a tier 3 or higher, you're going to hear your name at the end of these. So thanks again for everyone that's been a supporter, whether at whatever tier level. And a reminder that there are extra episodes within the Patreon, so make sure you guys are checking them out. And again, if you have for any reason you have trouble accessing them, just let us know. All right, so here we go. So first up, we got our boy Jarek Rivera. Shout outs to Soul Awakens. And of course, our boy from the land of the rising sun, Jason. And last but not least, the newest addition to the tier 3s, Lewis. That's it. The name's Lewis. That's it. Done. So again, shout out to everybody. Appreciate that. And of course, if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, Patreon or business inquiries or fan art, fullpowerpod@gmail.com, fullpowerpod@gmail.com, and hit us up on Twitter at fullpowerpod as well. We're almost at 100 and we're almost at 1,000 subs here on YouTube, so that's a big plus. And you guys already know, once we hit that 1K, you're gonna see our faces live right here on this channel once again. And I'll have to remind Geekdom. Yeah, we gotta get Geekdom back on there for the milestone episode. Okay. Yo, you know what'd be funny? That episode, we literally tell him the shit that we've been fucking dealing with, headassery wise. That would be fucking funny. And oh man, yo, I've been watching him play God of War on his stream. Funniest fucking shit ever. He's like, fuck. He's like, this fucking game. He's funny to watch games. Anyway, brother, you got anything left for the people that you want to say at home?
Stay fresh, stay clean. Stop talking about Gohan beats for me, man. That's about it.
Fair enough. Kai Cass, what about you, sir?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. We all know what Toriyama said. It don't matter anymore. Stop.
Before you get called out.
Uh-oh.
And just remember, guys, whenever I read y'all comments, I don't even say who it's from. The fact that this guy did it, that's how you know, all right? Just be careful what you say. Be careful what you fucking say. All right. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this week's episode 73. Hope you enjoy. Like, share, subscribe, hit us up on Twitter, all that good stuff. Supporting links will be in the description as always. It's been your boy, Ooch, the lethal one, Brother Ooch, and the homie of all the ties, Diecast-san. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. May the power protect you. Keep it locked, loaded right here on this podcast. Stay safe, stay clean, stay inside. We'll see you guys next time.